And we are live. Okay, all is good. It's Tuesday, 3rd of May. It's 2 o'clock in the UK, 9 a.m. on the East Coast, and we are going to do a session of live video sales training. And it says I'm live on LinkedIn on my iPad, which is good. So that bit is working. As we're going live today on Facebook, hello Facebook, and hello to the live video sales group. Hello Facebook, and hello on the live video hub page with Stephen. Hello on YouTube, and last but by no means least, if you're watching live on LinkedIn, thank you. Just waiting for the countdown clock to complete, and I will be live everywhere. That's the theory. You don't actually know until after the broadcast. Thank you for watching me live. I can see that there's somebody watching me live, so it's time to take that card off full screen and come to me. Okay, now I was speaking to Alec Dorling this morning about a broadcast that he is hosting at 4:10 this Thursday on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. And we've got to talk about why do I always have a green screen behind me and then don't use any green screen software. So I brought the software with me today. Okay, and so hello to Corinda, and Corinda saying, hey Stephen, and all is good. Right, okay, now I'm going to tell you first of all a little bit about where I live. So let's bring that up on screen and go full screen so you can still hear me. But this is where I live, in Devizes in Wiltshire, and this is one of the walks that we can go on through the woods just on the edge of town. Okay, and another comment from Corinda. I love this picture of flowers and woods. Good. Thank you, Corinda. Thank you very much. And the next picture, you should recognize this one as well. We live about 30 minutes away from Stonehenge, and we're fortunate to visit 4 or 5 times a year. Being National Trust members, we don't have to pay. We can just turn up and go. And over to Corinda again. And Germany was good. Thank you, Corinda. Okay, so I'm being hijacked again. Okay, now in Devizes Town, we have many parks, and the parks department do a sterling job in actually putting the flowers into the parks. This is the high street of Devizes. This is the Britox, and this is where most of the shopping takes place. As you can see, I caught it early in the day when there are very few people about, and that is a thriving hub most of the time. Okay, and this is the oldest part of town, just above a church, and this has buildings far end right hand side. You can see the town hall, and then these buildings have actually been converted into houses, and some of them have blue plaques on them. This is the church, which is just before the walkway that we just saw, and not only do they hold church services, but they also hold amateur dramatics in there as well. Right, this is the Crammer. This is a man-made pond, which is sort of about 5 minutes away from where I live with Angelica. And I'm grateful to Google Photos for actually stitching 3 individual photos together to create this panoramic view of the Crammer. When it was sort of, we get the wildfowl visiting every single day, and it makes it an amazing place. Town centre itself, this is on a day when there was a fair. We have a farmers market. We have a royal charter to hold a farmers market every Thursday, and we tend to go along because we've got our favourite little places to eat. This is the court garden, which is about 25 minutes away from us, just outside Melksham, and this is one of my favourite photographs. In fact, I'm showing you some of my favourite photographs taken in Devizes and around. It's not snowing today, but just to show it does snow in Devizes, but very occasionally. And we have a festival, street festival every year, and bands come from around the country, as they will this year, to actually join the parade. And back to where we started. So that's just a quick tour around where I live, which is Devizes in Wiltshire. We're about 97 miles from London. Now, one thing that we are doing, I'll just show you this photograph if I can, is we're actually growing a wild garden. And this is a photograph from the wild garden taken by Angelica. And I thought the combination of blue and yellow goes well together. And so I asked Angelica to actually take a photograph. And then the photograph went into my new show card for Amazon Live. So the picture you've just seen is the backdrop. Okay, so taken by Angelica. And then you've got an overlay, and then you've got the text that I've had on my Amazon Live card since the beginning. And I'm live today at 4 o'clock talking about webcams, microphones, audio gear, live video, and Fitbits. I used Canva to actually create this image. So let's come back to the main screen for a moment. Okay, so I've told you about the photographs, so I'm going to hide those. I've told you, well, you already know this is a live video sales training with BeLive, and I'm going to hide that. Okay, and that leaves us with picture, which I've just explained to you. Okay, and I'm going to hide that. And then we're going to talk about hiding live video sales training. And I'm just going to change the setup in my BeLive studio so that I look like that, which is good. Okay. So that's basically the setup. Okay, now what we're going to do is going to go on to, if I can get this right, it will work. If I go there, or if I go there. Okay, I'm trying something, it's not working. Now, I was asked this morning, again speaking to Alec, about Amazon Live. And there are levels you've got to go through to actually become an Amazon Live insider and broadcaster. And these are the steps. First, you apply for Amazon affiliate, and that's not on there, but you do need to be an Amazon affiliate with your own shop on Amazon.com. This is all in relation to Amazon.com. And if I hide that, I can go picture in picture and go like that, or like that. And I'm going to shrink myself so that you can see what I'm talking about. Go there and shrink. Okay, so now I'm shrunk and you can see the BeLive logo next to me. So you become an affiliate, and as an affiliate you can open your own shop and you can market the goods that are actually in your shop, which are essentially items that can be found on Amazon.com. Now, if you want to broadcast live on Amazon Live, and it is the only place I know where you can actually get paid good money, then the first thing you need to be able to do is to become an influencer. Now, you apply for that, and basically what Amazon do is they look at your current social media. So they're actually looking at your Facebook, your YouTube, your Twitter, your Instagram, and quite possibly the Chinese site as well, which so they're looking at your social media. Now you apply to be an influencer, and it's in the gift of Amazon to actually allow you to be an influencer. You have to be an influencer in terms of you have to have people following you on all the major networks, and we don't know any numbers in terms of how many people you need to have. but there's no bar to actually applying. And once you've got influencer, then you can apply to broadcast live on Amazon Live and apply to be a rising star. Now, again, this is in Amazon's gift. You apply and they decide and they let you know. If you're not accepted as a rising or into the Rising Star program, then basically what you have to do is to take a step back and look at your social media, because what you're actually saying is, I am an influencer. So in order for that to be true, you have to be an influencer, and you have to have video content already out there that Amazon can look at. They want to see how you present your live broadcasts. Now, if you're not broadcasting at least once a week on a regular basis, then I would say that yes, it may be difficult. But if you are broadcasting at least once a week, or even better, twice or three times a week, then you may get accepted into the Rising Star program. Now, the Rising Star program is an apprenticeship, and you have to broadcast for 90 minutes. You've got your own Amazon.com live page. You have to broadcast for 90 minutes. And over the course of 90 minutes, you have to prove yourself as being a good addition to Amazon Live. Now, you do not need to be American to actually broadcast on Amazon.com. You've got myself, Nick Wood, and Grant Saunders, and more. We've got 4 from the UK. Howard Crouch is the 4th one. So we've got 4 from the UK. Brigitte Limbanda broadcasts from South Africa, and Marco Novo broadcasts from Portugal. So country, you can basically become a rising star. And once you are a rising star, you have to broadcast for 90 minutes, and you have to bring your own audience. In other words, the audience is not supplied by Amazon. The audience is supplied from your following on other networks. Okay, so people who are following you on Facebook and Twitter, LinkedIn, invite them along to actually watch you. I was very fortunate. I did my first Rising Star broadcast solo, and then my second Rising Star broadcast, I was joined by Marco Novo. And Marco was already an Amazon insider and a darn good one. And he invited me onto his broadcast. And I returned the favor and said, right, okay, I'm going for this Rising Star. You come and be on my broadcast. And Marco said, yes, of course. So we did 60 minutes, which got me to my 90 minutes. And then I applied to be an Amazon insider. And very fortunately, I was accepted the first time round as an Amazon insider. If you're not accepted first time round, and you can apply as soon as you've done 90 minutes as Rising Star, then apply again. Do more live video consistently, and apply again, and keep applying. I know people who've had to try 3 or 4 times to get into the Amazon Insider program. It is worth it, because once you're in the Amazon Insider program, then when you're live and you show a product on screen, so if I, for example, was to go live, then if I'm talking about, oh, wait a minute, that's the reason why I do not use backgrounds. Just a minute, because I'm actually demonstrating product. I'll come to the real reason now. If I'm showing this iPad on screen, then I'll appear on the iPad Amazon.com page. And that's the way that it works. That's where your audience comes from. It comes from people on Amazon.com seeing your broadcast on a normal product page and then coming over to watch your broadcast. Which means that if you're on Amazon.com, then you have to be selling or telling your stories about product. I mean, the whole point about being as an Amazon insider is you are an affiliate salesperson, but you're doing it live. So you're telling your stories and offering advice whilst you're live. Now, I will tell the story of my Amazon insider journey in a future episode of this broadcast. But for the moment, just take it that it's a learning process. When you first become an Amazon insider, you still don't have a clue about how this all works, and there isn't a manual. There are great support groups on Facebook which will help and answer your technical questions and some of your practical questions. But the only way to become an better Amazon insider is to work at it. Yeah, hone your skills. Now, when I first started doing Amazon live broadcasts, I remember earning on my first ever broadcast, I earned 73 cents. On a broadcast 3 weeks ago, I earned $150 for a 2-hour broadcast. To me, that is more than worth doing it for something you actually enjoy. So Amazon Insider is a path for live broadcasters to actually make money on Amazon Live. Let's come to some of the comments. And over to Corinda. And hang on. Oh, Corinda said I'm correct. And they can see on browser. Okay. Would you be A-list? No, would I be A-list? Right, there is a grade which Corinda's just mentioned, which is A-lister, which would be step 4, Amazon A-lister. And A-listers get very special privileges and very special promotion. It's not on my list of things to be. I am so enjoying being an Amazon insider. If it happens one day, then good. I'm meeting the sales targets. I'm meeting the sales targets and the unit targets quite easily. I can sell £5,000 worth of goods in one day. And they want you to 5,000 a month. So as far as that's concerned, that's not a problem. But I am not interested in A-list. And the thing about being an Amazon insider, Amazon broadcaster, is that basically Amazon say, right, okay, what we want you to do is we want you to do 5,000 turnover a month, and we want you to have 100 units sold. Okay, and that's shown if I go open my iPad. Okay, let's go for it, because getting there is one thing, staying there is quite another. So I'm just going to go this way. Yeah, you've got to do £5,000 a month, and you've got to sell 100 units a month. Now, if you don't do that, there's no as an insider. Basically, everybody gets reviewed once a month. Each insider is reviewed, and if you're not meeting those targets, then there is we know, and Corinda knows, that if you're not selling and you're not meeting those targets, then your Amazon insider status can be removed. So you've really got to be consistent. You've got to broadcast consistently, which is why I broadcast at 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday, so that people know I'm going to be there. And I basically, that's when people are awake, 11 to 1 o'clock. Yeah. Okay. So, but I make sure that I actually meet the targets as set. And this is my phone going off. You may not be able to hear it. I don't know why this happens. Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay. I'm going to take that call in a minute. Okay. So, yeah, so that's, I've thrown myself off stride there. So Amazon do review the fact that you're an insider, and if you're not selling, and you have to be doing broadcasts which are an hour to 2 hours long. doing a 20-minute broadcast just isn't long enough. And you have to be marketing the goods on Amazon.com actively, and you have to have people actually buying. Now, that's a learned skill. It does take time. Take a comment from Corinda. And Corinda is saying, we hear the ring. Okay. That shouldn't have happened because I got crisp on. Okay. I'll check that out afterwards. I think I'm using crisp. Yeah, I'm using crisp. That was interesting. Okay, that shouldn't have happened. I'm going to check the recording afterwards, Corinda, and see how long it was actually on for. Because you shouldn't hear anything apart from my voice because I'm using crisp, especially the way I've got it set up. So that's interesting, something learned. Okay, so in summary then, the most assured path to actually making money from live broadcasting is to be broadcasting on Amazon Live. Start off as an affiliate, get your own Amazon shop, apply for influencer, get accepted as influencer. If you don't get accepted, then do some more social mediaing, do some more broadcasts, you've got to be you've got to have a presence on social media. Copying other posts, people's posts, is not the way to do it. You need to have original content on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and on LinkedIn and on Instagram. All helps. Once you are accepted into an influencer, then you need to get yourself an iPhone or an iPad and then apply for Rising Star. And as a Rising Star, you've got to do the 90 minutes and pass the criteria. How you see who unmuted or any of you on your Amazon Live? I don't know, Corinda. I don't know the answer to that. Okay, so I'm going to hide that as well. Okay, so basically, Rising Star, you've got to pass muster, you've got to get through Rising Star to become an insider. Once you're an insider, you start learning, and you learn about the products that basically you've got to select the right products, and product selection is an art. And you have, if you're American, then there are organizations like Wahoo and Thrasio which will send goods to you. And basically they send you the goods for free. You then show them on your live broadcasts and market them. And you use them. You've got to use anything that you're selling. It's best if you're actually using it rather than just reading out a script that somebody sent you. So if you're in America, then as an Amazon insider, people will send you goods, and basically from there you can market those goods. Now, the thing is that you won't be the only person marketing those goods, and you don't have the same personal knowledge. Now, there's a chap I respect called Scott Ayres, and Scott posted a day ago that he was going to basically do what I've done, and that is not to go down the being a clothes horse route, not to sell goods that are sent to you, but to actually sell goods that you own. So that's why every month I buy 2 or 3 items to go into my carousel that I actually own and use. So 75% of what I talk about I actually own. And that's the best way, because you're retaining control, you're retaining editorial control, because you decide which items you're actually going to talk about. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. That's the cleanest way to do it. And to actually build up as you earn commission on Amazon Live, reinvest it in buying things from Amazon wherever you are, and I buy them from Amazon UK, and then bring them into broadcast, which is why I have got the Obspot Tiny. It's why I've got the Elgato Wave 3. It's why I've got the Aftershocks. It's why I've got the 4-way USB, and it's why well, there's so many things that I've actually got to actually talk about. And the latest one is the Amazon Echo Dot, which will make an appearance in today's broadcast at 4 o'clock. But own the products, know about the products. Okay, so back to here. So Amazon is the way to go if you're a live broadcaster. If you've got a following on any of the major networks, then do apply for Amazon affiliate, then influencer, then rising star, Amazon insider, and then get your act together and start marketing on Amazon Live on a regular basis. I mean, the beauty of this is, I just go here. I'm just going over to Amazon, and I'm going to get a page, which just coincidentally happens to be, oh, that didn't work. Yeah, it is. I just wait long enough. Okay, I'm going to share screen now. I'm going to come back. Okay, so let's go hide that, come to me. Okay, so I can put the, I'm not actually demonstrating, so I can actually put the green screen back on now. Okay. I'm going to share screen, and that's that button. Notice I do keep telling people never use a background image which is too light at the top, because then what happens is if the image is too light at the top, it doesn't work properly, especially when you're moving. Okay, now let me go back because I noticed there's a slight delay. So let's go back to the original. This is the other reason that you occasionally will get. So let's go over and bring this page up on screen. Okay, the thing is that Amazon Live does so much to actually market everybody. Yeah, and I'm going to go picture in picture. I mean, this is my broadcast from last Friday, and it's still available. I'm going to stop it now. It's still available for people to play, and people can still buy from the carousel. But this is my page. As you can see, scrolling down, I've got my carousel with all the items that I own, and then my live streams of recent days, and then my new show card makes its first appearance today. I'm live today at 4 o'clock. And live at the moment, we have, we are video makers. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is somebody who's live at the moment, and hopefully that will refresh. We are video makers, and it's always good to actually follow people. And I'm waiting for that to come up. There appears to be a delay, appears to be affecting my camera too. Okay, it may be time to hide that, stop sharing, and come back to me. Okay, right. In tomorrow's broadcast, which again is at 9 AM Eastern, I will be talking about Amazon affiliate, well, about affiliate selling in general, but selling on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for joining me live today. I do look forward to seeing you. And I'm just going to bring this up on screen. Not that one. I've got to find it first. Hang on. I know I put it somewhere. Nope, that's not it. Wonder what that is. I'm going to, should be camera off. Oh, that's interesting. There's a little feature. I'm looking for something. Can't find it. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so I am live at 4 o'clock today, 11 AM Eastern, with lights, camera, action. And I'll be talking all about webcams, audio gear, microphones, live video, and Fitbits. Corinda, thank you for the comments. To everybody who watched live, thank you. If you caught the replay, thank you. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you all again either later today